Okay, hi everybody. Here, Tom Rutt with the Spencer Messiah Board, along with our beloved president. Actually,
By default.
Yes, yeah, she was the last one left at the table and said, "Hey, Sandy, you're president." It's like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Sandi Schmidt here, and we're here to encourage you to either join our choir. For this year's Festival of Lessons and Carols. Yes, we are the Spencer Messiah Board. Yes, we're the group that does the Messiah every 3 years in Spencer. Yes, we did it last year. Great concert. Everybody had a good time. We hadn't done anything for a while. And this year now we're bringing back our off-year concerts called the Festival of Lessons and Carols, which, as I was just sharing with Tim Schumacher, our director, they first started doing them back in 1977. From 1930 until then, they had done the Messiah every year, starting at the old middle school auditorium there, which is now the old middle school. It used to be the high school auditorium,
Right.
With piano. And then in 1969, they moved it from the high school to Grace Methodist. And we did the Messiah there and stuff and festival until 2009 when we moved to Sacred Heart, where we've been for the last few years. This year, to give our friends at Sacred Heart a little break, we're coming back to Grace Methodist. And so, again, our rehearsals start November 5th. They're Sunday nights, 7
7
p.m.
o'clock, right.
at Grace. Bring yourself. We'll bring the music and everything else. It's the first Sundays in November, number 5, 12, and 19. And yes, it's okay. If you can't make the first one, come to the last two. If you can't make the first two, come to the third one. And granted, we will actually have a quick run-through on the day of the December 3rd, about 1:30 that afternoon. So
Don't talk yourself into not participating
Yeah.
because you can't make all the
and
rehearsals.
so that's our first thing.
Right.
Somebody watching this says, "Well, I used to sing in choir, but I haven't sung for a long time in a while. Do I have time to do this?" Number one, it doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Why should they come sing in our choir?
Because it's just a lot of fun. I don't know about the rest of the churches, but a lot of our churches are having trouble putting a choir together anymore. So we're kind of losing that little aspect of our worship where we can get together as a small group and sing and enjoy the music and give a gift to the congregation and that's what I feel real deeply about when we're singing a choral piece as a group, is that we're sharing that with the people who are listening.
Yeah.
And it's just a great feeling, and it's very fulfilling.
Exactly.
And like I said, don't talk yourself into not participating because you can't make every rehearsal.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to try to make them all, but that's not a reason to not do it.
Yeah, and if you can't make the first two or one or two, there'll be people around you that have been there already, and they'll kind of help you get caught up. Hey, if you got some kids that are in high school, bring them along too. Yes, they might shrug their shoulders, but inside they really will have a good time doing something with you because they can see that if you're interested in it, that means it
Right.
means something to you, to them.
And it's really fun. We have often had some high school kids join us, which I think it's I don't know how much the kids get out of it. I think they get out of it more than what they'll admit.
Yeah.
But as grown-ups, having them around is really, really cool. So
And
we
again,
encourage the high school
Yeah,
kids
exactly.
to
And
join us
if these are kids that sing in the schools already, trust me, this music we're going to do is much easier.
Yeah. We made it, Tim and Allison together, I think, have helped to pick the music that they were confident that we could learn in three rehearsals, so that we can do justice to the music with the rehearsal time that we have.
Okay, Sandy, do you want to give people? Oh, and I neglected to put this in our other videos, so please tell us who is supporting our festival,
right.
our Spencer Messiah Board. We have two really good sponsors.
We have two good sponsors, the Kiwanis Daybreakers
Yep.
and the St. Luke's Homes and Services have been our sponsors for many
Very
years.
appreciate them, yes.
When we put on the years that we put on the Messiah, it is a costly adventure. Because we pay mileage and we pay some of the musicians and there's a lot of expense involved. And
Yeah.
so it's wonderful to have our sponsors who continue to sponsor us even on these off years. And the offerings that our congregation brings on the day of the rehearsal also help supplement the cost of putting on the Messiah every third year.
Yeah.
So
So maybe give people a quick update on. So what is the Spencer Messiah Board?
Well, it's just a group of us. It started out being representatives from the different church choirs in town because when we first started doing this, it was kind of centered around the church choirs doing
Right, and
each
so-
their own thing.
And so,
So,
between
yeah.
the different readings, you would have this church
one-
do a
yep.
song, and then the next church would do this song here.
Right.
And after a while, some churches started combining.
Right.
And then we
Just
figured
like
on.
I said, we kept losing choirs,
And so we've
now
had
just
3
opened
community
it up. Mm-hmm.
choirs, we've had 2 community choirs, and this year we thought, well, since at Messiah we just have 1 choir, let's just have 1 choir.
Mm-hmm. Just have one choir and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a new format again, that we're trying, and we hope it works out well. And again, it's great music. I'm looking forward to it. I feel lucky to have been part of this process of helping select the music, because I get to see it ahead of time, and it looks like it's really going to be great.
Okay, so lastly, of course, then, so if somebody's watching this and they enjoy music, they don't really feel comfortable singing, but they're thinking, well, I think I've come to the Festival of Lessons and Carols before, so I've probably seen it already. So why should they come this year on
Right.
December 3rd at 3 p.m. at Grace Methodist? Come early to get a good seat.
Well, fortunately, Grace has a lot of good seating.
Yes.
And the acoustics in that room are pretty good. But there's nothing quite the same as live concerts. Even if you think about professional concerts, watching them on TV or watching a video is never the same as being in the same room. And so being in the room with us singing and feeling what we're trying to express to you as part of our performance is really priceless. And so it's just a great way to put yourself in the mood for Christmas.
Yeah, and again,
Start of the season.
and that's kind of what I mentioned to Tim too in our videos. I mean, I hate to bring up a thing that you might wonder why I'm talking about it, but when we watch the Charlie Brown Christmas every year, and we know the story. I mean,
Or A Wonderful
Charlie
Life.
Brown, Charlie Brown figures out that it's not the lights, it's not the tree, it's not all the parties. It's the Christmas story. That's what we're preparing our hearts and minds for.
Right.
So, amongst all your hustle and bustle of the technology and the cell phones and everything else, give yourself a little present
Yep,
here.
give yourself a gift and come listen to the music. It'll be great.
Yeah, it really will. I mean, and again, as Sandy said, yes, you'll get to hear the Hallelujah chorus. You'll get to sing "Joy to the World" and "Oh Come All You Faithful" and "Silent Night" like we've always done. So there'll be lots of things from years past in Festival of Lessons and Carols that we'll get to do again. But the songs we're going to do this year they are songs that I'm not they're necessarily new songs, but they're songs that you might not have heard for a while.
But there some of them are familiar Christmas songs,
Yeah.
put to a little different arrangement. So I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, because like you're going to hear Little Town Bethlehem. You're going to hear Ave Maria.
Right.
But and again, from a few years ago when we had Robin Keith as our director for Festival of Carols, she brought us a piece, Gaudete. It's an a cappella piece, and from the moment I heard that piece, I fell in love with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I literally cannot get enough of that piece. I love to hear that thing. I just sit there and replay and replay. It's and again, I never knew about this piece
Right.
until Festival of Lessons and Carols. So please come, join us. It doesn't cost anything to come. We're not. I mean, yes, we want you to help us get our funds up for the next Messiah. But even if you can't come and give us any money, please just come.
Right.
I think it'll really really make your Christmas
Absolutely.
right there.
Absolutely.
So I mean,
Looking
along with
forward
other great things that Spencer does, the Grand Meander and all
Right.
that other stuff, really good things. But it'll be worth it your time to come join us December 3rd, 3 p.m. at Grace Methodist.
Absolutely.
For the festival, this year's Festival of Lessons and Carols, and yes, we will be doing it again next year as well. Our next Messiah is in 2025. So,
Okay.
thank you, Sandy.
You bet.
Thanks, everybody. We hope to see you either in one of the choirs or in our audience on December 3rd. Oh, we should also put a quick plug in for Tim.
Absolutely.
Tim Schumacher, one of our directors, is also the director of the Many Voices Choir, and so if you want to get to know Tim a little better, you can go to Esterville on Monday nights. That's started now at 7 p.m.
7 to
at
9.
Iowa Lakes Community College at the choir room. They were getting ready for their concerts. They will have their first concert the Sunday before ours on November 26th, I believe it is. And then they also have 2 more concerts on the Saturday right before ours.
Right.
I think one of them's at Spirit Lake at night, I believe, and one's in the afternoon.
One's in Esterville.
Oh, in Esterville, yeah, in Esterville. So
Right.
that stuff will be on our Facebook page as
Right.
well.
Absolutely.
So if you either want to sing some more with Tim, or you'd like to see some more community
Another
choirs,
concert, yep.
please go see our friends in the Many Voices Choir. They're come from all over the area, not just from Esterville. I know Tim said I think some people come from Spencer, even as far as
Yep.
Rossi,
Yep.
up that way. So lots of friends and neighbors singing in the Many Voices Choir. Come and listen to them as well. And then, stop by Grace Methodist on December 3rd and hear our Festival of Lessons and Carols for this year.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Tom.